This is a project about Albrecht durer. Um, in this PowerPoint, I will be covering techniques and gestures used to create some of his most famous drawings. He was one of the greatest German Renaissance artists of all time. What the German Renaissance is it was a time period when there were a lot of really famous painters and drawers and stuff. So, in the German Renaissance art, there was a lot of portraits, paintings, and studies going around. And Albrecht really liked to work on self-portraits and religious works. It was some of his most famous works that he ever made. And he had this one quote that says, "As I grew older, I realized that it was much better to insist on the genuine forms of nature, for simplicity is the greatest adornment of art." Um, and on the side of this picture, you can see religious work, and he really likes to use lines a lot to show a lot of detail in his works. This work of art is called Praying Hands. It was made in 1508 on paper and ink. It was on 11.5 inch canvas by 7.8. And the things I like about these kind of artworks is how you can really focus on what's going on and get more from it than a lot of other extra detail. Really like the lines on this artwork and the shades. And this is a person praying, and by the color of the canvas, I'm assuming it is night, symbolizing that people pray at night before they go to bed. I like how he makes different shades of the color and shadows and the lines that really bring out the veins. And I think that he does a great job kind of creasing and folding those fingers to make it look like gentle press on each of his hands. This piece of artwork is called The Study of 2 Feet. It was made in 1508 and it was 216 millimeters by 176. It was gray ink on blue-gray toned paper. What I like about this piece of work is the shadows and the lines that really make it fold and noticeable. There's not too much going on, so you can really focus on a lot of what is happening in this picture. I'm assuming he is on his knees because of how his feet are folded in crest, and the lines really bring out those folds, and so does the shades, which is really cool that he can make the picture look like this piece of art. This artwork is called Winged Man Playing a Lute. It was made in 1497 and it was 268 millimeters by 195. It was a silver point on dark paper, and a silver point is piece of silver, kind of, that pierces the paper a little bit with ink on it, but it doesn't pierce the paper too much to where it rips all the way through it. And what I'm getting from this piece of work is that it is an angel with wings looking down on people. And I really like the different lines and outlines that separate the shapes and stuff, and then you can tell by his eyes how they're kind of like droopy and like looks really focused. So he's looking down, focused on the people. This artwork, this is another drawing from him called Hand Study with Bible, and I really like his different religious works because they're all kind of different in a way. He has the hands, the angel, the feet, and this one, and they're all drawn little different with different techniques. And so it was a sketch and study. It was created in 1506, and the canvas size was 208 millimeters by 120. And so what I like about this drawing is his skin looks like more natural, not with so many like not with too many lines. There's a lot of detail with the lines, but there's like a good view on the hands, and it looks like more natural. And by the hand placement and the arm going down across the table or whatever it's sitting on, it either looks like someone is either holding the Bible sitting on a desk or possibly kneeling on the floor with his arms at an upward angle resting on the Bible. And by how the book is closed, it seems like he is probably praying and just talking to Jesus. And I think that's the point that Albrecht is trying to get across. And this work of art is called The Head of Apostle Looking Up. It was brush drawn with white highlights on a darker background. And it was made in 1508, and the theme was generations. In the artwork, it seems like it's an apostle looking up for answers for Jesus, and you can kind of see his drowsy eyes, his lifted eyebrows, and his kind of frownish smile. It looks like he is looking for answers and is confused on what to do and is looking up to God for answers. And I really like the lines in his hair and his beard, and creases and wrinkles on his face. It really brings out a lot of texture and can really tell what he's trying to get across. And I think it's really interesting that he can use such little information and techniques to make up basically a kind of little story and show you so much information about what he's trying to get across. This work is called Self-Portrait at 13. Obviously, it was a self-portrait at 13. It was in 1484 when it was created. It was a self-portrait made with just pencil and paper, and I wanted to bring this one in to show you one of his self-portraits. And I thought this was a really interesting one because it was used early in his career, and it kind of looks like how his eyes are a little bit focused and his finger is pointing. It seems like he's focused on his future and pointing into his future, and I think that's really cool because because of where he is now and how he is one of the greatest artists of all time. And just at a young age, you can really see his lines start to form and how he really used like creases and lines in his projects and could really tell what he's trying to get across even at an early age like this. This